It seems Australians are paying more to access their cash at ATMs despite government reform aimed at putting the brakes on price hikes. The financial comparison website Mozo says consumers are paying an extra $40 million worth of charges after the two independent cash machine operators lifted fees from $2 to $2.50. And it seems shoppers are voting with their feet, using ATMs less often. Rowan Gamble is the managing director of Mozo.
We estimate that ATM fees have gone up over the last year by around $40 million, courtesy of the independent operators putting up ATM fees from $2 per transaction to $2.50.
But it's not a simple case, is it, of consumers simply going to their own bank's ATM, because even then they might get slugged?
Well, that's right. We've got this strange situation at the moment where you can go to your own bank's branded ATM and you might get a different fee. For example, Suncorp outsourced some of their ATMs to the independent operators where you'll pay $2.50. You go up the road to a different Suncorp branded ATM and it'll only be $2. So, customers don't stand a chance if they don't even know the cost from their own brand.
We know that foreign ATMs or ATMs that are operated by independent operators account for 40% of transactions. Do you think the banks will follow suit in passing on these higher fees?
Well, that's our concern, is that we're on a fast path now to a new standard in ATM fees, and that will become $2.50. I mean, I thought it was high enough when it was $2. That's way above the actual physical cost of running, money through a machine, obviously. And we are worried that the banks will now follow suit, that this has happened from the independent operators.
So we know consumers are using ATMs less frequently. The number of cash withdrawals is down. Are the days of cash numbered?
Well, I think people are certainly tightening their belts. I mean, things are a little bit tougher. We know that. We've seen that the figures with credit card debt is sort of slowing down. And I do think that, even ATM numbers are not going up. People are not withdrawing any more money. We're seeing movements, so we're seeing movement into FPOS, and it's actually cheaper now to get your money out of FPOS when you, for example, go to a supermarket than it is to go to an ATM.
But we also know that consumers are turning more to credit cards. That's according to the latest figures from the Bureau of Statistics. But the actual amount they're spending is down.
That's exactly right. I mean, people are definitely tightening their belts. I mean, things are a little bit tighter and people are spending less. I mean, it's just the reality of the economy that we're currently living in. But as this happens, of course, the banks are getting nervous about their bottom lines and they're just, sneaking up fees here and there and trying to recover some of their profit from us.
So what's your advice to consumers? What can they do to try and keep the fees that they're being charged down?
Well, I think with an ATM, you need to actually go to your own bank's branch and you need to go one where you know that it will be free. If you can't do that for any reason, then we'd actually suggest using FPOS. So when you go and get your groceries, go and withdraw cash out because that won't cost you anything. Those alternatives are both better than going to an ATM that's not owned by your bank.
Rowan Gamble, thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.